Hello, and welcome to today's video lesson on how to effectively utilize our sustainable procurement policy templates. But before we dive into the template, let me introduce myself. My name is Tara Maria, and I am the head of product of Procurement Tactics. I am thrilled that you are here. Our team has over 20 years of experience in procurement and negotiations, and we train procurement teams from small and large companies from all over the world. Together, we have been working on providing you with a template on sustainable procurement, and I'll be the one guiding you today. Now that you know a little bit about me, let's delve into our sustainable procurement policy templates. We designed our templates meticulously to align with sustainable procurement practices, ensuring that your sourcing processes not only meet your business needs, but also contribute to a more sustainable future. Our sustainable procurement policy template consists of several essential sections, strategically crafted to help you integrate sustainability into your procurement processes effectively. These sections are designed to guide you in achieving your sustainable goals. But before we dive into the templates, let's first discuss what sustainable procurement policy is. To start with, it's important to differentiate the two most important procurement documents, which are Sustainable Procurement Policy Document and your personal Sustainable Procurement Strategy. The difference between these two is that the policy is about setting goals for sustainable procurement. The Sustainable Procurement Strategy is about setting the right targets and the tactics to achieve the goals set in the policy. If you want to learn more about the procurement strategy, have a look in our template library. We made a template about this topic, especially for you. A sustainable procurement policy is put in place to help and guide businesses when to acquire goods and services and select the products based on their social and environmental impact. It can apply to product procurement to run the businesses internally and for producing the goods and services of the business itself. Without this policy, businesses will have a hard time ensuring that all their acquired products or services can contribute to their social and environmental responsibilities. Thus, the need for a procurement policy to achieve sustainability. A sustainable procurement policy document translates the vision into operational management. It describes the procurement intentions, objectives, and values of the organization as formally expressed by its top management. A sustainable procurement policy should include the organization's mission, vision, and goals. Did you know that when a company leads with a clear purpose, people are way more likely to trust and buy from it? So a company's purpose is usually explained in its mission. The mission explains why the organization exists. Having a unique mission statement is a big part of becoming a sustainable business. It should include what your organization is about and its values. It also guides you why you're embracing sustainability. So, for example, a company like the Arch Capital Group states, our mission is to secure the future of our companies, agents, and employees by living our values every day. Next is the vision. Once you know your mission, think about what you want to be in the market in the long term, like for 5 to 10 years. Your vision paints a picture of that. So, for instance, we want to be the best and the most affordable player in the market with sustainable products. Or, we aim to be the leading sustainability partner in Europe or the world for all our customers. From vision, you go to goals. These are the simple statements of what you need to achieve to reach your vision. Goals explain what must be done, and strategy explains how to do it. Another thing, what should be in your policy, is the commitment to the sustainability. So, if your company's main goal is, for example, to minimize pollution, you need to make sure that you partner up with other environmentally sustainable organizations to commit to procuring environmentally sustainable products, to promote, reduce, reuse, and recycle, to better manage the waste. Clearly and precisely align with the organization's policies. Effective delivery of the sustainable procurement strategy requires that individuals involved in procurement, including with international stakeholders such as production workers, budget holders, or other engaged with suppliers in any capacity, understand the reason for implementing sustainable procurement. Also important to take into account the three pillars of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic considerations. Environmental, social, and corporate governance is a framework designed to be embedded into your organization's strategy to help companies become more sustainable. Align clearly and precisely with the organization's policies. It's important that everyone is on the same page to accomplish effective delivery of sustainable procurement strategy. This requires individuals involved in procurement, including international stakeholders such as production workers, budget holders, or others engaged with suppliers in any capacity, to understand the policy and reasons for implementing sustainable procurement. Take into account the three pillars of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic considerations. The environment, the society, and the economy make up the core framework for understanding sustainability. Environmental, social, and corporate governance, the ESG, is a framework designed to be embedded into an organization's strategy to help companies become more sustainable. It considers the needs and ways which to generate value for all organizational stakeholders. Examples of these are employees, customers and suppliers, and financiers. Address the principles and core subjects of sustainable procurement. With a sustainable procurement policy, you can directly influence and impact your organization and your value chain. After all, as a buyer, you manage all possible external stakeholders with market analysis, supplier preferences lists, specifications, and selection criteria. You can therefore incorporate sustainable procurement when specifying, selecting, and contracting products, service, and suppliers. In this way, you, as a buyer, are able to make a large or a small contribution towards making the supply chain and the primary process of your organizations more sustainable. Regardless of your knowledge of sustainable procurement, the size, type, or location of the organization, and the type of product or service. Now that you know what a procurement policy is and the various terms that you might run through on achieving your sustainable goals, let's dive in how we can fill up the templates. In our first template, we've outlined the 5 essential factors to help you to set your sustainable goals. First, you list the sustainability issues you've identified within your company that need to be addressed for you to become more sustainable. This will give you some insights on how a company can fill in these templates. So, for example, this one is going to be focused on energy use. In the second, third, and fourth column, you'll assess whether each issue has a big or small impact on the markets, how broad or narrow its scope for improvement is, and whether it is low or high priority. In the fifth column, you lay out your sustainability goals. This is where you'll detail what step you need to take to solve or tackle the issues you've identified, which are holding your company back from achieving sustainability. So in this example, the sustainability goal is to reduce the energy consumption during the use. You must take note that it's crucial to provide documentation on how these goals were selected and why specific sustainability impacts were chosen over others. Although there is no straightforward process here, it's advised to prioritize those impacts that pose the greatest danger, have the greatest room for improvement, and have the greatest chance of influencing the market. The prioritizing and the formulation of sustainability goals will also be influenced by the priorities and needs of the organization. In our second template, which is a continuation of the first one, you will start by clearly stating your sustainability goal. So for instance, if you want to use less energy, you would write that as your goal. In the next column, you get more specific by listing all the potential solutions and ideas for achieving your goal. This part will help you brainstorm and plan the practical steps needed to make your sustainability goal a reality. But you must remember that in our second template, you need to be way more specific to address your sustainability issues. You can ask yourself the question, how can this goal be achieved? What you see in this example, this company put 3 different options down. So the specific energy efficiency criteria endorsed by the government, ask the supplier to provide proposals to improve the energy efficiency, and require suppliers to factor energy uses and costs into an award decision. So see for yourself if you're going to fill this template. Try to put down as many as possible, and then you can later always choose. So the next 2 slides will be the empty ones for you to fill in. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me in this video where we've talked about a sustainable procurement policy and how to make practical use of your templates at each stage. I really hope that I've made these processes clear so you can confidently create a strong and effective sustainable procurement policy yourself.